Huh?
Can somebody check whether it's working? The link is working.
Just see the light. You have the link?
It's
Yeah. Okay.
For you. Okay, we'll start with 3 O's. Today there are no slides. So we'll do Saranam and we'll do one quick opening bhajan and we'll just kick start. वंदे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम
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 बोलो राम 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 सीताराम
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 जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम
जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम
बोलो राम 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 राजा 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 राम
जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम
जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम
बोलो श्याम 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 राधे श्याम
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 जय सिया राम जय currently doing the Valmiki Ramayana. We have finished the first section, or the Kandam as it is called, which is about Balakandam. And in there we have seen the events that led to the arrival of Lord Vishnu in the form of Rama in the household of Dasharatha. We also saw how, in the first place, a little bit of the history of Rishi Valmiki. We saw the events in Rama's life through his childhood, when sage Vishwamitra comes and calls for him to be taken to with him to protect his yajna, and culminating in Sita Kalyanam, and then the arrival of Parshurama. Actually, today is quite an auspicious day, because Panguni Uttaram, I just read out there, the Panguni Uttaram is also the day where Sita Kalyanam actually took place. So we are very fortunate and blessed to be able to recite and chant the story of Lord Rama. And many different, in addition to sage Valmiki, many other great poets and sages have brought out the life of Sri Rama in their own composition. One of them is sage Tyagaraja. So we'll see if possible we can try and play a small song from that, which we couldn't do on the day. So maybe God has given us a second chance to do that, to do the Sita Kalyanam song today. So we might see if we can try and do that in whatever way during the course. But from there, we saw almost now 24 years have passed now, and we are entering Ayodhya Kanda. And in there we saw the King Dasharatha starting to make arrangements for Rama's coronation, and how destiny plays a role. And in the span of one night, Kaikeyi, who never, at least till then, had explicitly harbored any ill thoughts about Rama, who made no distinction between Rama and her son Bharata or any of the 4 children, suddenly, you can call it driven by company or whatever, we'll see what Rama has to say. Let us not make our own opinions about it, we'll see what Rama has to say about the whole event. But how in the span of one night, in fact just a few hours, through her discussion with her maid Mantara, her position, her outlook, her viewpoint completely changed, and she asked for 2 boons from Dasharatha. And we saw King Dasharatha, great warrior, Maharishi, one who has fought on behalf of even the Devas. So the Devas, Indras, had come to say to King Dasharatha to ask for his help in fighting. Somebody who has been so victorious, so powerful, how his position was relegated to probably one of the worst thing possible for a husband, to be falling at the feet of his wife and saying, I'm ready to touch your feet, seek your, have mercy on me, because I'm now old, on the verge of dying, and who had come to that stage to be pleading with her to take back those 2 boons. But Kaikeyi was firm, and in fact she gave him a small lecture on dharma and why it is important to uphold one's word once it is given. And we saw how knowledge can be a double-edged sword. That if there is not enough purity of mind, that same knowledge can boomerang and be used to justify adharma also. So that's where we paused. That night has almost passed, day has come. The royal maids and people who are there to wake up the king, they have come. They didn't see the king there. They have come to Kaikeyi's chambers, and King Dasharatha is in no position to even get up and talk. And at that stage, Kaikeyi realizes time is passing by, and she knows that we can't hold and prolong this any longer. So she asks the royal charioteer Sumantra to go and call Rama, who by that in a different, in his palace, Rama is getting ready because he has been told you have to come today for the coronation. All arrangements are being made, and out here Mother Kaikeyi has asked Sumantra to go and call Rama. So we will see where the story goes from here. Shankar will take the story, and we'll come back and touch upon a few points.
So last night had not been a very pleasant night for Dasharatha. He had been vacillating between extremes. He's still not in a position to come to terms with the fact of what has actually unfolded so far. On one hand, he thinks that let the night just pass away. Let the night just pass away because I cannot stand the sight of this nasty lady. I just want the night to pass away as soon as possible. But on the other hand, he also thinks that, okay, what happens tomorrow morning? I have to face the truth. I have to put the word across to Rama, which I can't do. So let the night prolong as much as possible so that I can try some way or the other to convince her to fall on her feet to get to agree to at least let Rama stay. So in this dilemma, the entire night passes and finally comes the dawn. And as the dawn comes, the things have slowly, the ramblings are slowly now, it reaches the Dasharatha's ears. He can hear that people are so excited about Rama's coronation. They are busy all, walking here and there, getting the stuff ready. The horses are being herded, the elephants are being assembled. And he can hear all the vessels clanging with each other and people talking to each other. He doesn't know what to do. And it is suddenly the dawn's time. The Sabha Mandap where the coronation is going to happen is all getting ready. All the Brahmanas who had been undertaking their vratas to be acting as a priest for this, they have all the paraphernalias ready. And if you look at the paraphernalias, everything is in gold. You have the palikas. We have tradition of having the earthen pots where the navadhanyas, the 9 grains are basically sown, and they pop up, and that is considered to be one of the main important paraphernalias. That is all the pots over there are all made up of gold, the kusha, the dharbas, everything is getting all ready. The Brahmanas have assembled. Vasishta has also reached this spot. And slowly, one after the other, the royal assemblage is also getting ready. Now there is somebody who is quite absent conspicuously. Now Sumitra takes notice of this, and as Krishna already pointed out, he had already first visited the chambers of Dasharatha, and he sung all praises of Dasharatha, typically when he invokes the king, and that is where Kaikeyi instructs him to bring Rama. Now, as he comes out, he looks at this assemblage. He could sort of listen to some commotion of Dasharatha not being available, and he assures them, Dasharatha is just getting ready. It had been a very long evening for him the previous day. I'll just put a word across to him, and I'm immediately on my way to Rama's Bhavana to get Rama over here. So, maintain peace. Saying so, he goes back to Dasharatha's abode to convey the message. That is where, the moment he goes back to Dasharatha's chambers, Dasharatha, now, in a more rude manner, he tells, Sumantra, what happened? Why have you not brought Rama just yet? Kaikeyi already told you to do that. Sumantra is not able to sort of gauge the situation, but there is only one thing that is going on in his mind, that Rama is going to get coronated shortly. And that is all, that is pervading in his mind, not just in his mind, in everybody's mind. So he comes out of it, he salutes the king and the queen, and he sets for the Rama's palace. When he is coming out, he can already listen to people talking to each other, looking forward for the coronation, and he can the only thing that he can hear is people are all already excited. They are all woken up. They are all ready to witness this. He hears all these things, overhears all these conversations, and finally reaches the premise of Rama Bhavana. And if you look at the Rama Bhavanam itself, it is so very well described by Valmiki in the Ramayana. He first enters the gate, which itself is having wonderful inscriptions, and it is all so well embedded with all precious gems. He enters in there. So whenever we pass through a very posh bungalow, what we sort of imagine is, okay, it is looking so posh from outside, it's so grand to look at, so what can possibly look at from within? We never get a chance to go inside that at all, it's all locked up. That's not the case here, because when Sumantra enters in, he sees all the people from across, so mainly there are people from the rural areas over there as servants of Rama. So one of the things that is told about Rama is he is such a down-to-earth person. He spends most of the time in the villages with the common people. So whom does Sumantra find inside inside the premises, inside the compound? People from the village. It could be farmers, it could be the artisans, it could be the craftsmen. They are all people from the rurals. They are all there waiting to see Rama to give away their gifts. It's not a very elite assemblage, it's a very rustic assemblage. And then we see a lot of hunters and tribesmen there, who are also a part of the staff working for Rama. So in the later part of the story, we are going to see the Guha Sakhya. One of the close friends of Rama is Guha, who's a hunter himself. One might wonder, Rama being a prince, how can he befriend a tribe? How can he even... It's going to come across as a very surprising turn of story over there. But Rama had not only been down to earth to visit the villages, be in touch with the people, he also makes it a point to go visit the tribesmen, be in touch with them, make sure they are doing okay and everything. So he had a lot of staff working for him from those tribes as well. So they are all, Sumantra sees all these things. And he then gets further into the chambers. And as Rama's palace, as grand as it can be, he could see all these. I mean, the moment you have good things in your mind, the entire world looks to be good for you, right? So Rama's coronation is in his mind, so he can see the peacocks dancing around here and there. He can see the deers and antelopes jumping here and there. He looks to be everybody happy. Finally, he reaches the palace of Rama in that premise, and the palace itself looks like a huge Kailasha. And he parks the horse over there. He gets down, dismounts from the chariot, and he wants to go inside now. He's extremely excited. Almost his eyes are all welling up. Now, he tells himself, no, I should not let my enthusiasm stand in my way because I have a duty to fulfill. So he controls himself, composes himself, and then enters the chambers. The staff over there are now slightly different. They are all now the bodyguards. They are all, having all these weapons and bows and arrows. They all look at Sumantra. Sumantra is a very senior minister in the Dasharatha ministry. So they let him. He walks straight to the chambers, and finally he stands right outside the room where Rama and Sita are seated. So he sends the word for Rama, and Rama, on hearing that Sumantra is already there, he asks him to come inside. That is where Sumantra gets to see the sight of Rama and Sita. He did not expect Sita to be there, but he does now get to see that particular sight. Rama is seated in his beautiful swing, and he is all ready because he was expecting this call. He is all ready. He has finished his morning ablutions, morning prayers, and he is all well decorated, and he is just waiting over there relaxed for the call. And Sita is standing right next to him, swinging the swing with one hand and with her chamara. That is the sight that he sees, and he is seated on a beautiful golden spread. So that itself, Valmiki makes it a point to describe that particular sight to us. I forget the sloka. that sloka, it comes across, you really get to see what sort of a sight Sumantra witnesses over there. Tam Vaishravana Sankasham Upavishtam Swalankritam Dadarsha Sutaf Paryanke Sauvarne Sota Rakshade Sthitaya Pashvataschapi Vala Vyajana Hastaya Upetam Sitaya Bhuyaha Chitraya Shashinam Yatha. He is seated in that beautiful golden spread, all well decorated to himself. Looking at Sita standing right next to him with a chamara, it looks as if there is a beautiful moon with the Chitra star right next to it. That's exactly how. Now he's just unable to fall into tears. He still composes himself. He was not expecting Sita, so immediately he composes himself, bows his head, and conveys a salutation. The most humble person that he is. And then Rama, he stands up and he pays his respect. And then that is when Sumantra conveys the message about Rama being wanted in the Kaikeyi's chambers. Now, Sita, in north of India we know, right? I mean, they have the Goshaniyam. Goshaniyam as in anybody who comes, and when the Anya Purushas come in, the ladies, they take their Gosha and put it on their head as a sign of respect. And she is just about to leave the place to leave the gents to talk among themselves. Rama holds her hand and stops her. Because it's Sumantra, it is our own Sumantra, why would she shy away? And the news that he has brought forth is for both of us. And when Sumantra tells that Dasharatha wants to meet Rama, Rama is extremely pleased, he is extremely happy. And he turns to Sita and says that, look Sita, what is going to now happen is such a beautiful event, such a great event, that a person as great as Sumantra himself has come over as a messenger for this. So if Sumantra is the messenger, just imagine who else is there in that assemblage and what sort of a coronation is that going to really be. Now this is not a coronation for me as a person, it's an opportunity given to me that Dasharatha is going to make me the guardian for all that he has stood for. Saying so, Rama takes Sita's leave. He takes her permission. So these are all some of the niceties that we have to appreciate within Ramayana. You know, it's not as if, okay, he called me, let me just, I was just expecting you, come, let's go. No. He was taking Sita's leave, and Sita then conveys her best wishes. She says, please do go, my lord. You are there to, may all the directions be in your favor, may all the devtas be your protection. Be the recipient of that big honor and make sure you really stand up to the reputation of your lineage. Saying so, she sends him off. And then Rama comes out of the bhavan. As he comes out of the bhavan, it actually looks like a lion coming out of a cave. The moment he comes out of it, there is a huge contingent of people standing right there, and they sort of immediately sort of alert. Lakshmana standing right there. Lakshmana is always there to serve, you know. And when Rama comes out of it, there is a, you see, ten hut. There is an attention position that everybody comes up to, and Rama goes forward. Everybody gets closer to Rama to actually, because they know what Rama is up to, what's going to happen next. He's being called and he's going to be coronated. They want to really send off Rama. And they are sending off Rama not by putting across words. It's Rama. You cannot just talk, you cannot indulge in loose talk. With their eyes, with their own smiles, they are conveying their best wishes. Rama walks out of it, and there is a beautiful chariot awaiting Rama. Rama mounts onto the chariot, and when Rama mounts onto the chariot, immediately Lakshmana also mounts on, because he is going to be the one who holds the umbrella, that royal umbrella, you know, right? He has to be the one to hold the umbrella. With the other hand, he picks up the chamara, and he is always there. He is the servant. He is the servant, prime servant for Rama, all through the story of Ramayana.
What is chamara?
Chamara is the chauri, right? The one which you use to the fan.
The white
Oh,
fan.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
We don't have it. We don't have it. So chamara is that you may have seen some of the pictures where the Sidbandis or the servants, they would be holding a fan type of a thing in their hand, and they would be doing like this. It's like a fan for Rama.
It's white, normally white made of
White.
Horse hair or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Ven Samar. In Tamil we call it as Ven Samar.
Yeah.
So Lakshmana is right behind, and the chariot slowly starts rolling forward. The moment the chariot starts rolling forward, there is an immediate commotion. People are they are moving here and there. There are various other contingent people who are mounting onto their own horses to follow him, and slowly the chariot moves on. And there is a huge commotion in a very positive way. There is a very there is this excitement. People are really bubbling with a lot of words and wishes and expectations. This chariot slowly moves, and finally it reaches the main road. As it reaches the main road, throngs of people have literally crowded on either sides of the roads. They want to witness this beautiful scene of Rama making it to his coronation. And they are all talking to each other. Let it be people from across all castes and creeds. Women are, showering flowers on Rama. They are all talking to each other. You know what would happen to us once Rama becomes the prince? We are all going to stay eternally happy. He is going to make sure we are all, staying in this Rama Rajya forever. They have nothing but wishes. So, if we can think of a popular person, popular leader or a popular king, he can enjoy a popularity to a certain percentage. There definitely will be certain dissidents. But what sort of an exception is this? Is something that Valmiki himself is surprised at. Without an exception, with exception to none, everybody, ekha mukhama, they are all in favor of Rama becoming the prince. So that's when the chariot literally, the horses are not galloping now. The chariot is literally floating in the ocean of people. It is sailing through the ocean of people to reach. And that's where Valmiki puts across some of the beautiful descriptions that we have to, Nahi tasman manah kaschiti chakshushi van arottamat narashaknopya pakrishtam atikrante piragave. The people who look at Rama has passed. He has passed. He has passed literally. But they are not able to take their eyes off, and they are literally, the kids, they play the game freeze. They are all frozen. They are all frozen. Yascha Ramam na paschyetu, yancha Ramo na pashyati. Ninditaha savase loke swapma pyenam vigarhati. Whoever that Rama did not see, whoever people that thought that Rama did not see them, whichever from the people that missed seeing Rama, they were just cursing themselves. What is the point in being here? Ninditaha savase loke. Because it was such a huge crowd, and there was not a single person that would have thought that Rama had not seen me. Rama was acknowledging everybody's presence through smiles, through his own grace. He was showing his own gesticulations in certain cases. In some cases, he was talking to them as well, putting across one or two words of inquiries. Anybody who were a part of that crowd will say that, okay, yes, Rama did see me. Yes, Rama. Next time I see him, he will say, yes, I saw you there in the crowd. That was the type of acknowledgement that Rama was giving to the people over there. Sarvesham hi sadharmatma varnanam kurute dayam chaturnam hi vayastanam tena tem tamanuvrata. People from across all the castes, adults, kids, women, men, learned, unlearned, people from across all classes and the caste and everybody, they were all there to witness Rama. Saying, that is how Rama finally reached the Kaikeyi Bhavan. So the moment he crosses the gate, he stops the people. That is again a matter of respect, right? So he says, okay, just wait here. He dismounts from the chariot. And because, look, Rama is definitely aware of the regards that the people have for him, but he is unmoved from within. That does not cause one iota of pride in his heart. He knows that, he is acknowledging it, he is respecting it, but he is all well within his own control. So he stops them politely and he walks into the chambers of Dasharatha. And the moment he enters in there, Dasharatha is seated there with his face down. He doesn't look extremely enthusiastic. He's not ready at all, first of all. Kaikeyi is standing there. Rama comes in. He does the pradakshina. He does the circumambulation. And he touches the feet of Dasharatha and Kaikeyi. The moment Dasharatha realizes that Rama is there, his throat is also blocked. The Gadgada. He's not able to say a word. His eyes are literally, there is a waterfalls, there is a cataract in his eyes. And he's not able to utter anything other than Rama, Rama, Rama. He's not able to say anything other than that. And he just sits back like, a tree falling down. Looking at this sight, Rama gets terrified in a second, as if somebody had by mistake stepped over a cobra and realizes that they have stepped over a cobra. He gets terrified and he looks at it. What has just happened? I've never seen my father this way. Is he angry on me? Have I done something inadvertently wrong? He's not able to make sense of the situation at all. And then he turns to Kaikeyi and asks, Mother, Kaikeyi is a mother for Rama, right? He says, Mother, what has happened? Tell me, have I done something wrong? Have I done something wrong? Even if I had done something wrong, even if Father is indeed angry on me, he always will be affectionate towards me. He always chides me, and I will always sense the affection even in his chiding me. But I don't see that now. He looks to be shocked. What is it? Is everything okay at Kekaya Desha? Has something bad happened to Bharata or Shatrugna? Or Mother, did you say something that hurted the king, my father? Should I do something to make amends? He asks all these questions. This is how he sees Dasharatha, but on the other hand, Kaushalya, how does she look? She looks extremely casual. She looks extremely cool, calm, composed, as if nothing has happened. When Rama asks these questions to Kaikeyi, nonchalantly she replies, well, you know what, Rama, there is something that has happened. He gave me his word. Now he's struggling to keep up his word, and it's only you who can step in and, make things right. I can tell you, but you have to assure me you will keep up to it. Actually, King is not telling that directly to you because he fears you. Rama was not able to take these words. He was getting furthermore rattled, and he says, all the while he was saying, Mother, right? He was addressing him as his mother. He says, Queen, hey Queen. He says, Tadruhi Vachanam Devi. He says, oh Queen, tell me whatever it is. Rama dvirnabhibhashate. Rama does not have two tongues. He will keep up his word. My father is my God. What am I a son to him if I'm not able to keep up his word? If he asks me, I'm ready to jump into the ocean, I'm ready to consume poison, I'm ready to walk into the fire, tell me what it is. I'm here to exactly do what he needs. After getting this assurance from Rama, Kaikeyi then puts this across because she knows 100% this is what Rama would say. And it is Rama's own devotion and dedication that has given the room for this kind of an attitude within Kaikeyi. Just imagine, had Rama been otherwise, will Kaikeyi really dare to come up with these boons at all? Of course not. So now Kaikeyi tells what has happened. That, you know, Rama, there was a Devasura Yuddha once upon a time, where I helped your father, and he gave me 2 boons. And I am asking him to maintain that word now. As per 1 boon, you should not be coronated. In place of you, it should be Bharata that is coronated. And number 2, immediately, with immediate effect, summarily, you should make your way to the forest, not as a prince, but as a sage, dressed all in the tree barks and with a matted hair. And you will stay there for 14 years, while Bharata rules this country. The moment Rama hears that Bharata should be made the prince, his face, which was all the while shocked out of looking at Dasharatha, suddenly blossomed. Because Rama was not happy even when he heard about his coronation. But when he heard about Bharata's coronation, the prospect of Bharata being anointed as the prince excited Rama more than anybody else. He said, absolutely, mother, absolutely. I am here only to fulfill those words. But why could father not have told me this all by himself? Why did he fear doing this? I am here to do exactly that. You don't have to ask him for a boon. I would have given it all by myself. Had I known that there is such an expectation, I would have done it all by myself. I am here to just fulfill exactly that. Kaikeyi finds it a little reassuring that things are working her way. And she says, well, yeah, Rama, that's good, you're saying this, but make haste, hurry up. Huh? So, because Dasharatha has decided to not eat one single piece of his morsel, he will not eat or take bath until you leave for the forest. Now, this is a lie. This is a lie. Dasharatha is listening to all these things and it's agonizing for him. He just fee upon you, Kaikeyi. He's not able to say that. He just expresses his disgust. Dhikkar. He does a dhikkar. And he literally just falls because he's not able to hold his consciousness. Rama immediately rushes to help Dasharatha. And Kaikeyi now says, Rama, we will take care of all these. Just go, just find out what you have to do to go to the forest. That is when Rama turns to Kaikeyi. Look, Devi, look, Queen. Haven't you understood me so far? Do you really think I am behind this wealth? Do you really think I am for this power? Think of me, he says, Nachasya Mahatim, he says, Nahamartha Paro Devi Lokama Vastu Mutsahe Buddhimam Rishabhistulyam. I am a Rishitulya. Think of me to be a sage. Think of me to be a sage. I am not here for anything. Rishabhistulyam Kevalam Dharma Mastitam. There is only one thing that is in my target, and that is righteousness. That is Dharma. To uphold a Dharma, I will do what is needed. You have not understood. That is very clear. Because had you understood, you would have directly walked over to me to give your request. You would have asked me and I would have done it. But you never did that. You used your boons. So I can clearly see that you have not understood me. But that's okay. I'm not going to stay here because Rama also realizes that the more time that he spends over there, Kaikeyi is going to think that Rama is dilly-dallying. So he immediately walks out. Somebody is there right behind Rama. Who is it? Lakshmana. He is standing there and his blood is boiling. He's clenching his fists. His eyes are literally, he is turning red, but he is maintaining his composure. He is maintaining his silence. Why? For the respect that he has for Rama. When Rama walks out, Lakshmana he controls his anger and just walks behind Rama. As Rama comes out, he could see all the arrangements done because right there is the Sabha Mandapam. He sees all the samagris, all the paraphernalias. He respects them because that is all meant for him, but not anymore. So he circumambulates them and then he sets out to reach Kaushalya's home. When he is just about to exit the palace, so the servants and the Siddhandis, they come with their umbrellas and chamaras. He said, no, that's not for me anymore. He just shows the hand. Some of the people had been a witness to the conversation over there and they already start saying, what's wrong with Dasharatha? For whose benefit is he asking Rama to go to the forest? So they've already started abusing or cursing Dasharatha, and Dasharatha is hearing all these things. He just helplessly sits right there, not knowing what to do next. Rama exits and he slowly reaches the Kausalya Bhavan. As he reaches the Kausalya Bhavan, which is some distance apart, the servant maids and other women there, once they get the sight of Rama approaching his Bhavan, they were so excited. They are completely oblivious to what happened in Kaikeyi Bhavan. They are so excited that they don't realize, okay, something is wrong. Why is Rama coming walking? Why are there no other Siddhantis along with him? Nothing of that sort really struck their mind. They just rushed to the inner chambers and to convey the message of Rama's arrival to Kausalya. What is Kausalya doing? Out of the three queens, Kausalya, Kaikeyi and Sumitra, Sumitra is considered to be a sattvic character. She knows, she is a jnani. She is a jnani, she sees through, she is a seer. Kausalya, on the other hand, is a rajasic person by nature. She involves in a lot of karmas, deva pujas. She is a very learned person. She knows astrology, she knows Vedas, and she is always seen doing some devastanas, deva pujas, some homams, some havans. That is all she is always seen doing. And Kaikeyi, she is a tamasic character who always indulges in pleasures and that kind of a thing. So this is the trichotomy that is seen across these three queens. Kausalya, the moment she heard about Rama's coronation, immediately started performing a lot of pujas and havans along with the priests, along with the Brahmins. And that is what she is doing even now. The moment the news reaches Kausalya that Rama is coming in, immediately her face turns glooming and she stands up. She is all dressed in a white silk saree and she is shining like an angel because she had been maintaining her own fasts and penance for ensuring that the coronation goes on fine. And she comes out to greet Rama. And Rama comes in, he pays his obeisance, he touches Kausalya's feet. Kausalya hugs him and kisses him on his forehead and says, "Come Rama, I hope everything is going on fine. I have been really looking forward for the coronation myself. How are you doing?" Was the vratam, because Rama was supposed to maintain the vratam until the previous day, right? How was the vratam? You know, this Vasishta is a very strict disciplinarian. He doesn't let you eat anything at all. So you would have spent a lot of time hungry. So do you want to have something? Okay, you should not be having the cooked food, but I have a lot of fruits ready here for you. So she shuts. Sumitra comes prepared with a plate of all cut fruits, peeled oranges and everything. And Kausalya says, "Rama, don't worry, just sit down." She spreads a beautiful golden asana. Rama looks at it and he says, "Mother, it's time for me to sit not on a golden asana. It is time for me to sit on a dharbasana." Dharbasana is the kusha grass. You know dharba, right? Dharba is a grass. So next time, especially the kids, youngsters sitting in this crowd, whenever you get a chance to go back to India and attend a cousin's wedding or cousin's upanayanam, please make it a point to take note of all these paraphernalias over there. What is a darbai, what is a paligai, if there are 5-6 different pots with a lot of water in it, what does each pot, try to develop this inquisitiveness so you will know what each of them stand for. And it will have a very, very beautiful explanation behind it, right? So now Rama says, "It is time for me to sit on a darbasana." And he tells the truth that such and such a thing has happened. My coronation has happened. Something very bad is going to befall upon me. Not upon them, upon you, Sita and Lakshmana. I am going to be gone for the next 14 years. Bharata is going to take this over. Kausalya is just looking at it, not able to digest what just happened. She was sitting all the while and she just drops down. As if the description that Valmiki gives here is, the moment you take a big axe and cut a plantain tree, the way it just falls down, that's the way Kausalya just falls flat and sits out of shock. And she then tells to Rama, "Rama, then why did you even have to take birth in my womb? I was waiting for such a long time to give birth to a son like you. But if I'm going to be losing you in just a short span of 17 years, you need not have taken birth in my womb at all. Why did that have to happen? And look at me, what is going to now happen? What is going to now happen to me? I have as it is been ignored by the king. I mean, she now talks about the treatment that Kausalya had been meted out to. These are some, hidden stories within Ramayana, where Kaikeyi used to be extremely rude to Kausalya apparently. This Koshala Desha itself has been formed by welding two unions. So there was one Koshala Desha ruled by Aja Maharaja, who is Lord Ram's grandfather, Dasharatha's father. And the other part of Koshala Desha was ruled by another Maharaja called Bhanuman. And Bhanuman's daughter is Kausalya, Aja Maharaja's son is Dasharatha. They get married and it becomes one integrated union. But even then, Kaikeyi had been acting as if she is the queen, and she had relegated Kausalya to such a low level that even Kaikeyi's servants do not respect Kausalya for the queen that she is. Now she says, what is going to happen to me? I have to now stay put with these other people here. But forget that. The moment I get this news that you're going to be gone for the next 14 years, my heart should have just burst right then. But I'm still standing here in front of you alive. Is my heart made of iron or something? What am I here? And she starts shedding tears profusely. Lakshmana is not able to stand this scene at all. Lakshmana, as we all know, is a huge, very aggressive, very ferocious and a very impatient person. The only thing that is keeping him under control is the respect that he has for Rama. Now he turns to Rama and says, brother, what is all this happening? This is not right at all. I cannot accept any of these. We will take control of the entire situation now. All I need is just your command. We will imprison, because king is saying what he is saying not out of a right, clear thinking mind. He is completely intoxicated to his wife. He is just peddling what his wife Kaikeyi is saying. Lakshmana makes no secret of his disrespect for Kaikeyi anywhere. That we can see in Ramayana across. He even despises Bharata. That would also be seen in some of the stories that come by later. He says, Dasharatha is just going mad now. As a true king, you are not supposed to allow these things to happen at all. We have to now take control of it. I will assure that I will take care of the rest. You go ahead with your coronation. The coronation is not stopping now. That is never stopping now. And he then turns to Kausalya and he tells Kausalya, mother, worry not. If Rama is being asked to enter the fire, I will enter the fire first and I will make sure that I am there to greet him. So I will make sure that Rama does not lose his coronation today. We will make this happen. Now Kausalya then turns to Rama and, it's a mother's affection now. She is more afflicted by the thought of losing Rama for the next 14 years, and she says, Rama, then in that case you have to do what has to be done. You see the message in all these sentences, right? You have to do what has to be done. What does it mean? That Kausalya is prodding Rama to do what is not righteous? But she says, you say you are going to go to the forest to keep up your father's word. Pitruvakya Paripalanam. But I am your mother. I am asking you to stay. So Matruvakya Paripalanam is as important as Pitruvakya Paripalanam. What are you going to do? If you go to the forest, despite me asking you to stay, then there is a hell waiting for you. She says this. Kausalya says this. Not because she is cursing Rama, obviously because she loves Rama. Right? So that's the nuance that we all should appreciate here. Now, Rama is, not only that Rama is now attacked with this huge bad news about he not being coronated, he also now has to handle these two personalities, Kausalya and Lakshmana. He tells mother, I am here to do what a son should rightfully do to his father. There had been such cases where Kandu was a Maharishi who was asked to kill a cow by his father, and he went ahead and did it. Sagara asked his sons to go dig an earth. All of them, they went and dug the earth for him for his Ashwamedha Yaga. Parashurama was asked by his father Jamadagni to slay his own mother, and he did that. It is just that tradition for me to maintain my father's words. That is dharma. I have to be doing that. Why are you stopping me from doing that? Allow me to do what is right. But she is not for it. She says, look, if you go, take me along with you. There is nothing for me to stay here without you at all. Katam hi dhenu swamvatsam gachantam nanu gachati aham pond gamishyami putra yatra gamishyasi. Just like a calf goes and the cow immediately follows the calf, if you are going to the forest, so be it, but I will come as well along with you. But Lakshmana further, there is a bigger challenge for Rama to handle, which is with the Lakshmana. He says, nothing doing. Rama, brother, you see me. What am I holding? The bow. You see my waist. There is a sword hanging. Do you think it is all just for a decoration? I am doing just for the photo ops or something? These are here for a purpose. And I think the day has come where I have to take them and put to good use. And the good use is for me to literally trample this entire city if that is needed. I will get my father imprisoned. I will get Kaikeyi imprisoned. I will get you seated in that throne. I want to see you as the king. Not as a prince, but as a king. He goes to that length of saying. Now, Rama turns to Lakshmana and says, Lakshmana, you're not helping at all. You're causing more pain to me and Kausalya. We have to stay by righteousness, Lakshmana. They talk of dharma, artha and kama. These are our guide rails. What is the point in enjoying a kama so long as it is not on the rails of dharma altogether? We have to maintain that righteousness. And that righteousness dictates me to follow what the father has given as a word. Then he turns to Kausalya and says, Mother, bless me. She still persists in saying what she's saying. She now says, she has now come one step down. She says, okay Rama, I will let you go, but please take me along. He says, Dharmo hi paramo loke dharme satyam pratishtitam dharma samstitame tacha pitur vachanam uttamam. He says, your dharma is to stay with the father. My dharma is to keep his word. If I go to the forest and you also come along with me to the forest, I can tell you for certain that Dasharatha is going to be gone. He will not be able to keep his life with him. He will be dead. And as a wife, you are supposed to be with him. He is teaching his own mom the dharma here. That is, these are all the beauties of this particular. And then he turns to Lakshmana and says that, look Lakshmana, what do we have to, Krishna in his introductory marks pointed about destiny. Everything was going fine. I was supposed to be coronated. Just in a matter of one night, things have just turned around. What has happened to Kaikeyi all along? What do you have to say about this? It's destiny. It's destiny. And we just have to go by that. We can't challenge it because it is outside of our control. Then Lakshmana turns to Rama. He is not convinced at all. Now this is a beautiful conversation where Rama stands for things that you work only on those parameters that you can control, leave the rest to the destiny. Lakshmana on the other hand says, this is a very, very interesting siddhantam. It is even prevalent in today's narratives, in today's discourse. He says that it is for you to overpower destiny. And you will overpower your destiny using my sword and my bow. Let us make this a contest between power and destiny. Let's see who really wins. I am going to take this up for you. Then he says, Rama says, what about righteousness? You want the dharma to become a casualty for your anger? I am not going to let that happen. Now that's the way the tone changes to Rama, and Lakshmana has no other choice other than to subside. Kausalya realizes that she cannot talk Rama into this. Now she has to gulp it. Rama is going to be gone for the next 14 years and Kausalya has to stay back here. And her only choice now was to give her best blessings and wishes to Rama. And she says, Rama, Yam palayasi dharmam tvam dhrityasha niyamenacha savai raghava shardhula dharmastvam abhirakshatu. Hey Ram, whatever dharma that you are trying to protect, may the same dharma be your protector. Saying so, she literally makes her heart, she turns her heart into steel and then turns to the Brahmins over there and says, perform the homam, perform the havan to bless Rama for him to fulfill his exile successfully. And she starts reading her Swasti Vachanam, because Kaushalya Mangala Shasanam is one full chapter in Ramayana. When you get a chance, please go and read that chapter. You will get to see how much you will start weeping. The mother's affection coming out to bless her son. She says, may all the directions be in your favor, may all the seasons, may all the samvatsaras, all the pakshas, all the seconds, minutes, hours, everything be to your favor. When you are in the forest, may all the wild beasts not affect you, may all the insects not affect you, may you have the best fruits, best water, best roots, best meat to eat, may you have a very comfortable a sojourn, she calls it as a sojourn in the forest. and may I see you coming back to me like Yayati did. Yayati was exiled out of heaven. He was coming back to heaven after a very long time. Rama assures that I'm going to be back in Ayodhya just like Yayati came back to the heaven. She says, why can't this be the day when you are back? She's just now sort of, in despair. She says, she gets the Brahmins to complete that particular havan, and then she takes that Sanjeevakarni. Sanjeevakarni is one of the herbs. There is a grass of that Sanjeevakarni. She picks it up and she ties it on the wrist of Lord Ram, uttering some mantras for Rama to be protected. She comes around Rama. That this circumambulation is not a circumambulation of devotion, it's for protection. She finally hugs him and kisses his forehead and blesses him. The Kausalya Mangala Shasana completely comes to a closure with these 5 shlokas, where she says, may you be blessed as Indra was blessed when he was aiming to kill the Vritrasura. May you be blessed as Garuda was blessed by Vinata when he left to fetch the elixir. These are all very interesting stories which is not a part of Ramayana. So we don't want to digress into those stories. We'll do that sometime later. May you be blessed as Indra was blessed by Diti when by Aditi when Indra went out to get the elixir. And finally she says, may all the oceans and rivers and clouds and trees and hills and forests and animals, men, Pishachas, Devas, Asuras, everybody, may they be to your favor. May you complete your forest exile in success. And I will be looking forward for every other hour, looking for your return. Saying so, she sends off Rama. Rama, with his eyes filled with tears, he takes leave of Kausalya, and he has a next big task, which is to go and convince Sita. That we will look at it in the next week. Hari.
So earlier this week when we were discussing this lesson, it occurred to us that the story of Ramayana, normally when we heard it, we largely just heard the milestones. Right? We say, King Dasharatha needed, did not have children, did a yaga, and then we go through the different milestones. It occurred to us that actually when you think about Ramayana as a way of living life and the lessons it teaches, the real lessons are actually between those milestones. Right? I mean, you think about this one incident of Kaikeyi, Dasharatha discourse, or that dialogue that happens. Normally just said Kaikeyi asked for the boon, Dasharatha was sad, but then he calls. So we tend to gloss over because obviously 24,000 verses is a lot for us to take. But we are trying to touch upon and bring some of these gems and nuances. So hopefully take some time to reflect. I wanted to cover one point before we close for the day. President John Kennedy once, had told the people of America, it was a very famous quote. Does anyone know what was that famous quote?
Time to for
Yeah. What did he say? I'm going to ask children. Maybe
Ask
What you can do for your country.
correct, right? I mean, this was a time when he was saying, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Now that is a very that's very relevant here, because in a way what he's saying is everybody talks about rights. What is my right? I'm a citizen, I'm a student, I'm a son, I'm a daughter, what is my right? And the Indian tradition, Sanatana Dharma, is actually founded on duty. So if you look at this whole dialogue here that is taking place and the mental model that Rama is applying for his decision making, is not based on, as the eldest son, it is my right to be taking this. You had promised me already I should be taking this. Bharata was born later, why is he doing this? You should not listen to Kaikeyi, you should listen to Kaushal. He can take all the arguments, but his framework is very simple, which is human life is one where I am supposed to do my dharma. So when we say this is a Purna avatar and the Lord himself has come to take this, we read this in the Bhagavad Gita and all these places, and we have intellectual appreciation of these points. But sometimes they say you need role models to actually put yourself in those situations and think about how they act. So this concept of dharma is very subtle, and it has got multiple nuances, but in its very basic construct, what we are thinking about and talking about is, in whatever role I am in, with whatever cards that are given to me, what is the best I can do and what am I required to do, not what I like to do or don't like to do. Whether I like a subject, whether I like my boss, if you want to change your job, go ahead, do it. I mean, you do what you have to do. But in that construct, and life, you will often find we keep running away from problems, and problems have a way of following us. You go there, maybe boss is different, but now you have a nasty colleague. So some problems, till the patient has finished the dose, it will keep coming till the time we get it. So the goal here is not to avoid situations or get into escapism or into what do I like, but in my situation, in my role, whether as a student, as a father, as a son, or whatever, what is life demanding of me and not the other way around. Of late, I think it is fair to say that we have all grown up increasingly in this, my right, what are you doing for me? But Ramayana is just reminding us that the way to lead not just a righteous life, but to lead a happy life, not just from a short-term perspective, is to follow dharma. That's why every argument, whether it is to his mother, whether it is to the Queen Kaikeyi, whether it is to Lakshmana, is all founded on dharma. So we'll touch upon this a little bit more, but I just wanted to reiterate that point as we close today's class. And next week we will see the dialogue between Rama and Sita and what final Brahmastra Sita uses to convince Rama to take her to the forest. So that we'll have to come to the next class to listen. We'll just close with Purnamada. Saraswati Puja, right? Yeah. So most of you will be aware there's a Saraswati Puja. There are no dispute for children preparing for exam. So please attend that. But that's not a reason to not come in the evening. Current plan is to keep it. We thought unless you all decide to wear okay.
Uni is at 6 o'clock, so it's nice to break the everything.